Let's have a moment of silence for seafood and the Buffalo Bills fans. Okay, how you guys doing? I hope you guys are having a great Sunday. Today is January 18th, 2026. Okay, so, like I was telling you guys last week, every week is not going to be the same as the wild card round. In the wild card round, we pretty much went perfect. Um, just got to be honest, we didn't go perfect this week, but we we was almost perfect, man. But I saw this kind of late. Well, once I gave out the picks, then the NFL decided to post this on their social media. And the NFL, they love to do this. They love to put the truth out there, and hopefully, just hope that nobody sees it, and then just mock people when they do see it, because people will see it after the fact, right? It's easier to see after the fact, but the NFL, they have a history of doing this stuff. We've seen them before, but they used to do it with the Christmas Day photos. A lot of people caught on to that, so they changed it around. So now they're doing something different. You see that this post was on their it was made on their Instagram page 18 hours ago. I already had given up my parlay probably right after the wild card round. So, and I was close though. I was really close to nailing all four games this week. Um, I think if they would have posted this a lot sooner, I would have saw it a lot sooner. Well, way before than today. So, but notice the teams. I don't know if I can zoom in. Yeah, that's probably gonna be the best thing. That's the best zoom I can do. Okay, so notice the four teams in the back. They got the Bears, they got the San Francisco 49ers, they have the Buffalo Bills, and they have the Houston Texans. Now in the front, the four teams in the front are the teams closest to the trophy. They have Sam Darnold in the Seahawks. They have Bo Nix in the Denver Broncos. They have Drake May in the Patriots, and they have Stafford and the Rams all the way in the front. The four teams closest to the trophy, and I think those are the four teams that are going to advance to the conference championship. I mean, we already know that the Rams are going to be there. I put out a video why I think the Rams are going to be there, and the Denver Broncos and Seahawks are already there. We're just waiting to see who wins from the Texans and Patriots, and I've been leaning on the Patriots to defeat the Texans, but I don't know if the Texans are gonna cover the spread now because of this photograph. Because we took the Texans to at least cover with like 6 points, but I don't think they're gonna cover now. Now that this photo has been put out by the NFL, I think it's safest to take the Patriots money line, and of course we already gave out the Rams, right? So, but we'll talk about it. So, because I think the Super Bowl is gonna be a tribute to Super Bowl 53. You guys remember Super Bowl 53? And those of you who might criticize the title, I wrote it like that on purpose. I know how to spell remember, okay? And I don't speak with y'all, all right? So that was just me trying to be funny, but because I know people gonna be like, oh, he doesn't even know how to spell remember because of the title. No, I do know how to spell remember. All right, let me show you guys something, right? The reason I think this is gonna be a tribute to Super Bowl 53 is for multiple reasons, but this is one of the reasons right here. You guys are familiar with Eric Dickerson, right? Former NFL running back, played for the Los Angeles Rams. And you guys remember what I was saying about the halftime performer? I said, you know what? There has to be a riddle with Bad Bunny somehow. Bad Bunny has to be part of the riddle of the two teams that's going to be there because that's how they always do it. The halftime performer is always connected to either the winner of a Super Bowl or sometimes connected to the two teams that are going to be there. And Eric Dickerson, I don't know exactly when he said this, but it was posted. It was posted on Reddit. I don't know if this is actually the Rams' Reddit account, but this was like 3 months ago, and this is what he said. I want to play it, and then we're gonna see how he's synced up with the Super Bowl. Take a listen to Eric Dickerson on how he feels about Bad Bunny performing at the Super Bowl halftime show.
Let's talk about the Super Bowl halftime show. There's all this controversy over it. However, what do you think musically? Do you think it was a good choice?
Well, first of all, I don't even know who the hell the guy is. I've never heard of him. I'm not even big into music anymore. What's his name?
Bad Bunny.
What the hell is Bad Bunny sing? I would know what.
I don't know any songs myself.
I don't know one of Bad Bunny's songs, but if Bad Bunny don't like the United States, keep his ass where he at. Don't come over here singing. I'm not surprised the NFL to do something like this. You know, that's how they got that political crap. They like they good guys and they not. But you know, Bad Bunny keep his. Where's Bad Bunny from?
He's from Puerto Rico.
Keep Puerto Rico. You don't want to. If you don't like the U.S., keep his ass over there.
Apparently, well, Puerto Rico is part of the U.S.
I know, but still, if you don't want, he don't like the U.S. I mean, don't come here and perform.
A lot of people, parents are kind of up in arms because some of his content's kind of adult.
Yeah.
He talks about partying, women, this and that. You know, what do you make of that? Is that okay?
I mean, what songs don't? I mean, what about the rappers? I mean, you know, hey, like I said, I mean, I heard some stuff he said about the United States. So, you know, I'm from the U.S. I love my country. And if you don't like the United States, keep your ass out here. Don't come over here.
Do you think the NFL kind of puts this in place so people have conversations to make controversy? It seems like sometimes they might do that, right?
The NFL is crooked than the federal government, way crooked than the federal government ever be. So I mean, you know, I know the NFL is. They don't care about their players. You know,
so corruption from the top.
Don't give me
no, I know. We know that the elites all over are pretty corrupt, right? Money makes people corrupt. Right. Would you say?
NFL is ultra corrupt.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's true. You know, Bad Bunny says something about the U.S. You know, don't come here and perform.
Yeah.
You know, don't come here. You know, stay in your country. I mean, I know U.S. Puerto Rico part of the U.S., but it's not the U.S. That's what I look at it. You know, that's what I mean. I just feel like that. You know, they get these performers and they say all this controversial stuff about the United States, like they hate the U.S. and all that kind of stuff. And if you hate the U.S., don't come.
Okay, so that's what Eric Dickerson said about Bad Bunny performing. If you don't like the U.S., just don't come here. And TMZ actually wrote that in their headline they wrote that Eric Dickerson thinks that Bad Bunny is not patriotic. Wow, he's not patriotic. Let me look up that article so you guys can read it yourself. Eric Dickerson says Bad Bunny is not patriotic. Stay in your country. Show you guys the headline where they claim that he says he didn't even say that in that video, but they put that in the headlines, of course, to hint at who's gonna be in the Super Bowl. The guy who played for the Rams saying that Bad Bunny is not patriotic. Where was it? I don't see the headline now. It's always like that. Every time I'm looking for something, I don't see it. Okay. All right, let me see. Anyway, if you guys notice, ChatGPT is confirming what I'm saying. Yes, NFL legend Eric Dickerson said Bad Bunny isn't patriotic and criticized his selection for the Super Bowl halftime show, telling him to keep his ass in Puerto Rico if he dislikes the U.S., despite Puerto Rico being a U.S. territory, viewing Bad Bunny's perceived anti-U.S. stance and primarily Spanish-language music as an un-American for the event. Dickerson, speaking to TMZ in October 2025, felt Bad Bunny's comments and language showed disrespect for the country, prompting his strong reaction against the performer. All right, so yeah, I don't know exactly what the article, what the headline is, where he said that he was not patriotic, but I did see that when he first came out. I overlooked it, but I should have paid more attention to that article. But ChatGPT is confirming what I'm saying. So Eric Dickerson says Bad Bunny is not patriotic. So think about the Super Bowl being the Rams and the Patriots, while Bad Bunny is performing. And notice Eric Dickerson, he was born on September 2nd. The guy who wore the number 29, by the way, football equals 29. From his birthday, you guys, to the Super Bowl, the Super Bowl is going to be played on the 160th day of his age. And what does Los Angeles Rams equal in Gematria? Isn't it 160? Isn't it 160? I showed you guys this, in the other video that I did of why I think Matthew Stafford will advance to the Super Bowl, and it has everything to do with him being drafted on April 25th, 2009. Because if he advances over the Seattle Seahawks on January 25th, it would be 201 months after he was drafted. And notice Rams is 201, of course. The Jesuit order is 201, like Order of Illuminati. Big number with the Jesuits. And his name is also 82, like how the date is written 8/2. His name is also 226, like we're in the year 2026. His name is 226 and 82. And we mentioned how the Rams are 2 wins away from 666 all-time wins. Now, if they're paying the Patriots, are they going to get to 667? We'll see. We'll talk about that later. Yeah, but we have to look for these clues. Sometimes they give it to us before, sometimes they give it to us after. My suggestion is go with what they're showing you. Even though there's numbers on for the Texans, there's numbers for the Bears, the 18 Bears. There's a lot of numbers there. I know Caleb Williams could become 18 and 18, but I'm telling you guys that's not gonna happen. I know for a fact that's not gonna happen. I don't know about the Houston game now, because the Houston I had them covering because they're 10 and 8. They became 10 and 8 against the Pittsburgh Steelers. ATS. Let's go to that game. Here it is. The Houston Texans, they became 10 and 8 against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh Steelers 108. And of course Patriots equals 118. Today is 1/18. They could become 11 and 8 against the spread. But that NFL photo tells me that that's not going to happen. That NFL photo tells me that the Patriots are going to win the game. Now, I don't know if they're going to win by more than the spread, but they're going to win the game. And the fact that Eric Dickerson said the Bad Bunny is not patriotic, and the Denver Broncos just lost their quarterback to injury, to a fake injury, there's no way the Denver Broncos get past the Patriots in that conference championship. So who else can it be? I know the Seahawks not going to the Super Bowl. They're not gonna put out, every time there's a new pope, the Seahawks go to the Super Bowl. They're not gonna put that out there. That was put out by the mainstream media, by the way. They're not gonna put that out there, and then carry it out, so that everybody will say, "Well, look, the NFL is rigged because every time there's a new pope, the Seahawks are in the Super Bowl." No, they're not gonna have the Seahawks in the Super Bowl, so that way people can say, "Well, if it was rigged, then why the Seahawks is not there? This has nothing to do with the pope." See, I told you. Get it? Okay. Anyways, but I wouldn't put money on the Seahawks going to the Super Bowl. That's just my opinion. Let me show you guys what they did with Brock Purdy yesterday. Oh my God. You know, I thought the 49ers would at least stay in the game. I knew they had all the numbers to lose, the 49ers. But I said maybe they at least cover the spread, man. Because I didn't want to bet Seahawks money line. The Seahawks were 7.5-point favorites. Brock Purdy was 16 and 8 yesterday before the game for his career. Let's look up his overall record right now. It should be 16 and 9. And he is. Wait, let me see. He's as a starter in the regular season and playoffs on the road. My bad. On the road. My bad. Look at his road record now. Mm-mm-mm. Brock Purdy is 16-9 as a starter in the regular season and playoffs on the road in his career. 16-9? Are you serious? Who did he just lose to? Seattle Seahawks 169. Where was the game played at? Wasn't it at Lumen Field? Isn't it Lumen Field 169? He became 16-9 on the road for his career yesterday after losing to the Seahawks at Lumen Field. So we saw all that. But I said, you know what? Maybe they at least lose by like less than 7. That way we don't have to money line the Seahawks, because I didn't want to money line the Seahawks because I don't like giving out negative 250, 260s. Because that's what that was. A lot of you complain when I give out negative 300s, but that's why. Sometimes I'm like, I only see the narrative for the Seahawks winning. What do you guys want me to do? You don't want me to give out a negative 300, but you want to know who's going to win the Seahawks game. Like, do you guys listen to yourselves? Who's going to win between the Seahawks and 49ers? The Seahawks are going to win. No, come on, Simple Truth. You're giving away a negative 300? Oh, my God. You want me to pay for that? Oh, anybody can pick that. So what do you want me to say? What do you want me to do? I think the Seahawks are going to win, and Brock Purdy's going to become 16-9 on the road for his career. I don't see the Seahawks not covering, and I don't see the 49ers covering. I didn't see a riddle for the Seahawks covered the spread, but I didn't see that. I didn't see they was 12-5 ATS. I don't see, like, there's nothing in the numbers that tells me that they're gonna pick up that 13th, because they could have picked up that 13th ATS win in the next round against the Rams. So maybe they stay on 13 now. Now it's obvious because now the game is over. Now I understand. So if the Rams win next week, they might stay. They might keep the Seahawks on 13 ATS wins because LA goes 13. So that's probably why they're going with it. But before the game yesterday, guys gotta understand. It's tough for me to make that decision because then I'll be guessing. Like, the Seahawks could have easily picked up that 13th ATS win against LA. Why do it against the 49ers? When 49ers, they don't have a connection to 13. But that's what sometimes they do. Sometimes they'll pick it up, and then the next round they'll stay on that number because that team that they're playing with does have a strong connection to 13. But this is why this stuff is hard, and that's why I told you guys, just because we had a great wild card, that does not mean we're gonna have a great divisional. I don't think this was great. I think that it could have been better on my part because the Broncos was Sifu. I'm sorry for you, but that's why Gematria is important, Sifu. We saw the Broncos narrative a mile away. Look at it right here. I even put it on the top. Last year, the Broncos lost to the Bills in the 2024 wildcard round, and that was 371 days ago. Empower Field at Mile High equals 371. And one of the storylines was the altitude. They said that the altitude was going to make the difference this year because this year the Broncos were the home team. And the altitude there is a lot different than it is in Buffalo. That game was 371 days ago, and the name of the stadium is 371. You guys heard the announcers even said it. Oh, the altitude here it's a lot higher. And that was one of the storylines. Let me just put this bigger for you guys to see. Look, time and altitude factors. The Bills are playing on short rest after a Sunday game, while the number 1 seed Broncos are rested, potentially giving Denver a slight edge with home field advantage at high altitude. Obviously, none of this stuff really matters because the games are all written and scripted. They're all actors. But that was one of the storylines, the altitude. So how convenient for the last time that they lost to the Bills for it to be 371 days, and now for the stadium to have that 371 Gematria value. See how it's all ritualism. and they give you the storylines so you can have an idea of what the ritual is without having to tell you. It was all about the stadium. The Bills was gonna lose at the stadium that equals 371 days after beating the Broncos. I wrote here the altitude could be the difference. See, this is what Gematria does. We had Bo Nix to throw 2 touchdowns. I gotta look. I gotta see if he did that. I don't know. I forgot. I'm surprised that Josh Allen threw for so many touchdowns. I thought he was gonna stay at 1 and get it to 27 because Buffalo is 27, but he surprised me. He threw for 3 touchdowns. I'm like, come on, that really messed us up right there for the prop bets. Yeah, Bo Nix had 3 touchdowns, so he got to 28. You see, they went off. So it went off script for a lot of for both quarterbacks because Bo Nix could have threw for 2 and got to 27, and Josh Allen could have threw for 1 and got to 20 and stayed on 27. He had 26. See, he came in with 26. He actually threw for 3, got to 29. No, football's 29. He got 58 passing touchdowns for his career now. 58. Yeah, Sean Payton stayed on 117 career losses. Buffalo Bills 117 on 1/17. And Sean McDermott stayed on 106 career wins to close out the 106 NFL season. I put this stuff in bold letters and I underlined it for you guys to see, all for everybody to see for free. For free. I let everybody know, look, he has 106 wins. And this is the 106 NFL season. This is why I sat in this chair for 8 hours. Because I like to document all this stuff so you guys can see for yourself of how rigged it all is. It's all rigged, and it's all a big numerical ritual. Sean McDermott stays on 106 wins to close out the 106 NFL season. While Sean McDermott stays on 117 career losses on 1/17 against the 117 team. Unbelievable. And notice Nick Benito, his name is 60, like the year of Super Bowl 60. I think he had a couple of sacks yesterday. Um, I don't think it's gonna be done with the Super Bowl though, you guys. I think this is all. I think Eric Dickerson told us this riddle 3 months ago. We overlooked it. I do understand that it's the year of the horse and all that stuff, but are the Broncos gonna beat the Patriots without their quarterback? That's the big question. That's the big if. Um, Something else I wanted to talk about. Okay, let's see. Another 63 points. Buffalo 63. We spoke about Eric Dickerson. The Super Bowl is 100 on the 160th day of his age. Los Angeles Rams 160. We showed the video. I'm saying that Bad Bunny is not patriotic. Bad Bunny is performing at halftime. We spoke about that. The thing about Bad Bunny, he does have a music video where he has a horse running through the video. The whole song is just the horse running through the video. Maybe that's indication that it'll be the Broncos, but I don't think so. I think it's gonna be Super Bowl 53 all over again. One of the most boring games I have ever had to watch. This was one of the games that I first saw. One of the first games that I ever decoded was the Patriots and Rams. Tom Brady versus the Rams. They had the 253 teams. Notice Los Angeles is 53. And Patriots is 53. They had the 253 teams at Super Bowl 53. And the score was 13-3. Because football is 133. That was one of the most boring games that I ever had to watch, man. Super Bowl 53 featured the New England Patriots defeating the Los Angeles Rams 13-3 on February 3rd, 2019 in Atlanta. Football is 133. They had Maroon 5 headlined in. Okay, Maroon 5. There's probably a riddle with that as well. Actually, I think I have that decode in my blog. Let me just take a look. That was one of the first games. What was it, 2019? Let's go to February. It was around that time. Oh, did I do it in January maybe? Full breakdown of Super Bowl 53. This is the full. This is, oh my gosh. This is vintage Simple Truth TV right here. Look at that. Even, oh my God, I gotta do this over. But yeah, they had John Parry as the lead referee. His name equals 53, right? He was a lead referee at Super Bowl 53. And his name equals the same thing as Tom Brady. His name is 118 and 46, like Tom Brady. Oh my God, it's so rigged. They had the referee with the matching gematria as the winning quarterback. This is what I'm saying. This was 2019. This is one of my first decodes. Funny enough, I put this out. Oh shit! Look at the date that I put it out. Wow! Oh my gosh! Talk about history repeats itself. On January 18, 2019, today is the 7th-year anniversary of this post. How about that? 7 years already, man. Wow! Time flies, man. Time flies. 7 years ago, I put out this post, and today's the anniversary of that. But notice Patriots 53, Los Angeles 53, Tom Brady is 35, the reflection of 53. They had the 253 teams in the Super Bowl 53. Again, this is one of my first decodes, and look how good I was in 2019, 7 years ago. That's why I don't understand how people are so bad at this. People who've been in the community for years already. Tom Brady became 6-3 in Super Bowls. Mercedes-Benz Stadium equals 307. 307 is the 63rd prime number. And the final score of the rigged game was 13-3. The Rams that year, they went 13-3 in the season. Wow. This is expert decoding right here. I'm not even mad at myself for this. I wish I would have made the screenshots a little bigger though. They're so small. But yeah, John Parry equals the same thing as Tom Brady. His name is also 53, and he was the lead referee at Super Bowl 53. See how rigged it is? It's all rigged, and it's been rigged a long time. I made this post 7 years ago. I have to do it over because these screenshots are very small. For some reason, I didn't know how to take a screenshot probably. But yeah, Tom Brady became 6-3 in Super Bowls in the 307 stadium, the 63rd prime number. This year, you guys, we're going to get a repeat of that. Trust me when I tell you. R.I.P. the Buffalo Bill. Another Buffalo Bill died in Denver today, you guys. Very sad moment for the NFL. Yeah, man. One of the worst Super Bowls I ever had to watch. Which I predicted, too, because I put out that post before the game was played. I put that post out on January 18th. The game was played on February 3rd. So that was another correct prediction that we had. We knew Tom Brady was going to become 6-3 in Super Bowls. Oh, man, we have a catalog, man. We have a resume of correct predictions over here, man. Unbelievable. 307. Look, Mercedes-Benz Stadium. This was 7 years ago, man. Unbelievable. Mercedes-Benz. Is that how you spell Mercedes? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, 307. 63rd prime number. Tom Brady became 6-3 in Super Bowl. My recommendation for today. Actually, I can't because I have to resend people the parlay for today because the Niners, because they didn't cover, they messed up the parlay. They messed it up. I'll show you guys. And I have to make some changes too. So, you know, that's the bad part about going perfect. The 1 week, everybody they put you at a high expectations, and then that's why I like to have the I like having like an edge on my like a monkey on my back. I don't know how to say it, but having like I don't like having like a what's the word I'm looking for? I don't like having high expectations, right? I like for me to have like people to be doubting me, like how they always do. That's when I usually perform at a high level. When people doubting me, people are criticizing me and stuff like that. When everybody's like, "Oh man, you're good, you're great, you're good," I don't like that because that is people then expect you to be like that every time, and then that's not realistic. So I'm gonna show you guys the parlay. I'm gonna make changes to this. So please, if you're seeing this ticket, please don't go bet it because there's changes that need to be made. But this is the parlay that we gave out this week, guys. We had the Broncos. We had the Niners money line, but there was another ticket where we took the Niners plus 7.5. The reason I even gambled on this, I said, you know what? Maybe Brock Purdy becomes 9-2 for the season because Seattle Seahawks is 92. They didn't cover and they lost the game. So this ticket, it's garbage, right? Either way, both tickets lost because of the Niners. Broncos was a easy one, but and I have to make changes to this game. I'll give you guys the Rams. The Rams is gonna stay up there. I have to make changes to this game, and I have to include another bet. So I'm gonna put a prop bet, and I'm gonna resend you guys that parlay for today. Just give me some time because I don't want to keep sending you guys a parlay that's not gonna win. I'm gonna put together a 3-leg for today, 3-leg, and I'm gonna take my time with it, and hopefully we cash it. We cash this one because the Niners messed up our parlay. But yeah, let me show you guys the one that we had. The Niners they messed up everything today. They messed up everything. That doesn't matter. The Niners messed up everything. They didn't cover and they didn't win, so it doesn't even matter. But I'll make it up. I'll make it up. And this photo right here, you guys. This is what the NFL likes to do. They like to mock us. I mean, look at the teams all the way in the front. Just want to make sure I say everything, and then once the video's over, then I start like, oh shush, I forgot to say this. So this game will be at 3 o'clock, right? So I got time to put out to do some more research, and then put out the parlay. Because this is it's scary. It scared me all week. I was like, maybe man, the Texans looks like they're gonna cover the spread, man. We might just stay away from this game, from the Patriots game. But I do think the Patriots are gonna be in the Super Bowl though. I think this is a repeat of Super Bowl 53. 7 years later. Yeah, you see how I'm gonna take a look at the chat, see if you guys made any observations. So let me see. Good morning to everybody. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you, Wendyans24. Thank you. Shoe Dig, thank you so much. Downshift Domo, thank you, man. Yeah, Josh Allen, he always chokes. I told you guys, don't trust Josh Allen, man. He's the LeBron James of football. You guys always think LeBron James is gonna go to the finals and he doesn't. Shout out to the major. What's going on? Um, yeah, just be alert. You guys, just pay attention to your emails. If I don't send you the parlay, text me at the phone number below. Like, yo, simple truth, I didn't get the parlay for today, and then I'll text it to you because I might forget because I have a lot of work to do. Yeah, but I'm gonna take my time with this one. Became 16-9 on the road. You see, this was I was like, you know what? Let's take a gamble on this one. Let's put it in a different ticket. Maybe he becomes 9-2, and then have a ticket with the Niners covering just in case. But they got blown out, so they messed up both tickets. Fucking bastards. And then most of them, the main reason for that is because a lot of people don't like for me to give out negative 300s, and I'm like, damn, if I like the Seahawks, I can't. They don't want me to give that out. So what do you guys want me to do? That's why you know what I don't really care. If you guys don't like the negative 300, just don't bet it. But if that's what I like, that's what I like. If I like a negative 300, then that's what I like. If you don't like it, then don't put it on your ticket. It's that simple. All right. So yeah. Now this is what I gave out you guys for free. Listen, I know there's a lot of 18s that could go in the favor of the Bears, but just be very careful for this. This is the last thing I'll say before we conclude today. So just a summary, right? Caleb Williams, today is 61 days after his birthday. That's the 18th prime number. He can become 18-18. A week after an 18-point comeback against the Green Bay Packers. Today is also 18 weeks after the Pope's birthday. If he becomes 18-18 next week, he'll either pick up his 19th win against Seattle or his 19th loss. 19 weeks after the Pope's birthday. Very possible. Bears equals 18. And today's the 18th day of the year. I don't think all those 18s are going to line up. And remember, Ayat Chess is also 18, which is Jesus Hamalan Salvatore, the initials, the abbreviation. I don't think all those 18s is going to play. Instead, I think, like I said, Josh Allen. The only 18 I like is the Rams picking up the 18th interception of the season. So this is actually a prop bet that I gave out, but I'm not 100% confident in it because it doesn't have to happen. Maybe the other 18s play, but that's the 18 that has a lot of legs too. Caleb Williams picking up the 18th interception, but this is what I like, and this is what I'm gonna ride with until until the Rams lose. Are they really gonna have the Seahawks in the Super Bowl when there's a new pope? I mean, come on, no. Scratch that narrative. So the winner of this game is gonna go to the Super Bowl. So it'll be either Bears or Rams. So whoever wins between those two teams, that's the team that's gonna be in the Super Bowl. It won't be the Seahawks. So isn't it perfect for Matthew Stafford to advance 201 months after he was drafted? All right, so I'll leave it there with that. Good luck. Pay attention. Pay attention to your emails. I'm going to send out the parlay as soon as I'm done. Probably around 12 noon. Cause I need like 2 hours of research before we put it out. I'm not gonna stream my research though. I'm gonna have that private. So good luck, everybody. Thank you for the trust. Thank you for supporting the channel. And you know, my goal is for you guys to win. Cause we win, they lose. Cause this mockery has to stop. I mean, look at this. All right, you guys, enjoy your Sunday and good luck. Peace.